Greetings, everyone. Well, you're way over there. Hi, how's it going? Well, I thought we wouldn't waste any time and get right into answering Frank's questions. So the questions that he sent along with the massive package. That was a fantastic package, Frank. Definitely some amazing stuff. I've already incorporated everything into the collection. Rosie's got her stack of DVDs over by her collection there, and I've incorporated mine just into the whole expanse behind me here. Yeah, once again, already running low on shelf space, and I just bought a freaking shelf, and that's already loaded up. So I don't know. I think I just need a bigger place, to be perfectly honest. A bigger place. So sometime in the next year, maybe moving to a bigger place. You know, ideally something with lots of rooms. Like a 5-bedroom place would be perfect. And I could have the master bedroom. I could have a room for Rosie, so she could actually have her own room. Have a guest room. And then have a library where all this stuff could go. And a den where, you know, the production equipment and maybe some other stuff could go. But yeah, that's a ways off yet, so I haven't even started looking for places. Love to get a townhouse again, actually. I really miss having a townhouse. Alrighty, so here we go. Let's start with Frank's letter here. I can't remember if I read it in the other one. Well, if I did, I did. If not, well, I'll read it now. Okay, so So, hi Sean, Duck Dodgers is a sci-fi cartoon series with Daffy and Porky. The Clunkins are a parody of the Klingons. In the episode The Green Lantern, Kevin Smith does the voice of Hal Jordan. Very cool. Vacation World, a parody of Westworld. That's awesome. So basically there's a whole lot of sci-fi parodies in there that I'm probably going to recognize, so definitely cool. Some of you actually commented on the package opening video that Duck Dodgers was one that you really enjoyed, and I forget who it was. One viewer said it was actually his favorite of the more recent Looney Tunes shows, and he was sad to see it didn't get more seasons. But yeah, I've actually put Duck Dodgers with my Buck Rogers collection right there. So seems to be appropriate. So yeah, I definitely look forward to checking that one out. Says Courage the Cowardly Dog. I like watching it at night. Makes sense, because you know it does parody horror movies and such. I was thinking I might wait a little bit and watch that during the Halloween month, and maybe do a full DVD review as one of the Halloween reviews this year. Seems appropriate. It says on the season 1 DVD there's an episode called Revenge of the Chicken from Outer Space. The reason why I'm telling you about that episode, called The Revenge of the Chicken from Outer Space, is because the DVD doesn't have the pilot episode called The Chicken from Outer Space. Oh, that's kind of weird. So they don't have the pilot episode, but they have the follow-up episode. It kind of reminds me of Ninja Turtles, when they had, when for a long time they were missing those episodes. There was Planet of the Turtleoids, and then they had Return to the Planet of the Turtleoids, and then But we didn't have the first Turtleoids story for a long time. We do now on the season 10 set, but for a long time it was incognito. That's weird. I don't know why they wouldn't include the pilot episode on there. Maybe I wonder if there's some kind of licensing issue or something. I don't know. Johnny Bravo. My favorite episode is called Bravo Doobie Doo. In the late 70s. Oh, okay. Well, cool. I'll keep an eye out for that one. It says in the late 1970s, 1980s, there was 2 Mighty Mouse cartoons. I remember that, yeah. The New Adventures of Mighty Mouse and Heckle and Jekyll 1979 cartoon series is not on DVD yet. Yeah, I remember watching that one as a kid. And then concurrently, and shortly after that, I think I saw a lot of the older Mighty Mouse cartoons from like I don't know when it was, like the 40s, 50s, something like that. But like the original Mighty Mouse cartoons. And then, yeah, Mighty Mouse The New Adventures is the 1987 cartoon series. My favorite episode is called Don't Touch That Dial. Yeah, I remember seeing Mighty Mouse The New Adventures periodically on TV, and I distinctly remember it it was one of the first sort of comedy cartoons I remember that actually made me laugh out loud. Like, other than the old Disney and Warner Brothers ones, it was the first, like, Saturday morning one that I actually laughed out loud. There was some moments in it where I just could not stop laughing. I thought it was so funny. So when I heard that that was getting a DVD release, I was very excited. And then, of course, because there's just so many DVD releases out there for one with eclectic tastes such as you and I, that I just forgot about it and such. So thank you again so much, Frank, for sending that my way, because that's definitely one that I really wanted to get. Coupled with the fact it was produced by Ralph Bakshi, which is unusual to see him doing a kids show, you know, but with slightly edgier humor. And I think John Christopherluzzi from Ren and Stimpy was involved in that one as well. So pretty cool stuff. Definitely looking forward to watching those. Perfect Strangers, 1986 to 1993 TV series. Perfect Strangers is one of my favorite TV shows. I like Perfect Strangers seasons 1 and 2, but I like seasons 3 to 8 the best, mostly because of the second intro. It has different parts of Chicago. I started to watch Perfect Strangers on TV in 1990 as part of TGIF on the ABC network. After it ended, I still watch it on weekdays and reruns, and finally on DVD. Yeah, again, I don't know why we haven't got the rest of them on DVD. I seem to recall reading something about it being due to music licensing issues. Maybe the theme song. I don't know. I have no idea, honestly. But hopefully we'll see the rest of those at some point, because I know that was quite a popular. I used to watch it quite a bit when it was originally on as well, and I thought it was a really funny show. And I haven't really seen it much since, so it's actually been quite a while since I've seen that. So it's going to be fun to go back and revisit it. And I don't think I ever saw the first season or like the first episode where they first get together and everything. So yeah, so it'll be cool to see that. Dinosaurs TV series. I talked about it in one of my videos. As for the other DVDs, you know what they're about. From YouTube user, it's Frank. Awesome. Okay, so that was the letter. So let's get to the questions. So we got the question. This one here is just a list of ones that are for Rosie. So I made sure to separate all of these out for Rosie. So she's got all this stuff in her collection now. She's already started watching some of it, actually. She watched the first Balto the other day before I even got up, so I wasn't able to watch it with her, unfortunately. But she watched the first Balto and really enjoyed that. And I think she was flipping through. Oh, she was playing with all the toys, every single one of them. She had like a whole adventure going on that she was doing, and I think she flipped through some of the Sonic comics as well. So pretty cool stuff. She's definitely got her cartoon watching well looked after for the next little while there. The Disney Afternoon postcards, we already took care of that. Okay, questions. I took a skim through the questions, and I think the answer is going to be no to a lot of these, but I'll do my best. He says, just asking if I've seen a lot of stuff. Have you seen The Cube, 1969 film directed by Jim Henson? I have not, actually. I guess the earliest Jim Henson stuff I've seen, other than some of the early Muppet stuff that you see as extras and that's appeared in numerous documentaries, like the early appearances of Kermit and Cookie Monster and stuff like that. The earliest sort of proper Jim Henson stuff I've seen would have been the first couple seasons of Saturday Night Live, or I guess the first season of Saturday Night Live, where he actually did a recurring Muppets segment on that, which was pretty cool. Kind of about a family of aliens, I believe, something like that. And slightly more adult humor just because it was on late night. And this was before the Muppet Show, actually. So it would have been between the time that he did, started doing Sesame Street and before he did the Muppet Show. So it was pretty cool. I didn't even know that he had done a Saturday Night Live segment until Annetta actually had the first season for a while there, so we checked that out. But no, I have not seen that movie. I actually didn't know that he did a movie that early in his career. So that's pretty cool. I'll have to check that out. Have you ever watched Korg, 70,000 BC TV series? No, actually I haven't. I think I've heard of it. It sounds vaguely familiar. I do seem to recall seeing it around, but I never actually watched it. Have you seen Quest for Fire, the 1981 movie? Yes, but not for a very, very, very long time. I remember, yeah, honestly, I don't remember much about it. I remember it was kind of cutting edge at the time because it was a story about cavemen that didn't have any English in it. It was just, the cavemen speaking like cavemen and such. And I remember it got a lot of critical acclaim when it came out. And I'm positive that I've seen it, but honestly not for so long, like probably not since 1982 or 83, like when it was on pay TV. But I definitely like to check it out again, though. I remember it being really well done, and I'm sure I would appreciate it even more now, being, older. Have you seen the Clan of the Cave Bear, 1986 movie? Yeah, often the Clan of the Cave Bear and Quest for Fire are kind of grouped together because they're similar. I don't think I've seen that one. I remember that one was based on a book, and I remember seeing a lot of people reading the book at the time. But no, I don't think I've actually seen the Clan of the Cave Bear, so that's another one that I'd like to check out at some point. Have you ever played DuckTales NES? Are you talking about I'm assuming you're talking about the platformer game, the one that recently got a really nice high-def upgrade. I have actually not played that one. The only DuckTales game I ever played was, it was more of a, I think it was called The Quest for Gold, and it was, it appeared on most of the computer platforms at the time. I have it for the Amiga, for my Amiga computer, and basically what it was is it was more of an adventure, like a treasure hunting game. So you would go to different locations in the world looking for treasure, and each location had different mini games. So they had one that was a cave exploration game where you would go through the cave and you'd look for treasure, and there was a mummy in there that would attack you if you took a wrong turn. There's another one that was kind of like climbing. You played Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and you had to climb the side of a cliff. And there's like falling boulders and birds and things that would attack you, and so you had to avoid them and try to get up the cliff. And I forgot there were some other ones. But I remember it was pretty cool at the time because it actually used voice samples from the show. So you had, and of course being on the Amiga was very good for graphics at the time, like far better than a lot of other computers that were out at the time. Everything looked like right out of the cartoon. It was fantastic graphics for the era. I guess it came out around 1990, if I remember correctly. So it may have been a little before, a little after the NES game. I can't remember. But it was, it was at the height of DuckTales' popularity. But that's the only DuckTales game I ever played. It's funny because everybody else I talked to about DuckTales games has never heard of that one. And all the ones, everybody else just seems to know the NES game. And that's the one that I never played. I actually didn't know there was just a regular platformer game. So both sides of the same coin there. So I've only heard of mine, but not theirs, and vice versa. But yeah, I'd never actually played the NES version, and I understand a lot of folks were really impressed with the recent upgrade that it got. Have you ever played Darkwing Duck NES? I think I did, honestly, because I liked the show when it was on, so I'm sure I must have rented it at some point. And I remember the thing is with the Disney games had far better character animation than a lot of other games, like at the time, and that seemed to be the thing that they were noted for. Is the games really looked like the characters and really moved like the characters and just had really much higher quality animation, like character animation and such. So I tended to check out the Disney games periodically. I didn't play anywhere near all of them, obviously, but I'm sure I must have played Darkwing Duck at least one weekend in there, because I never actually owned an NES. My friends and I would rent them for weekends. So I'm sure I must have played it. I just don't remember because it was so long ago. And finally, he asks, have you seen the episode called Twin Beaks from Darkwing Duck Volume 2, the DVD set? I skimmed it a little bit. I haven't actually sat down and watched the whole thing. I set it aside because, as you probably noticed on the Facebook page, I'm really excited about the Twin Peaks, in just one of the videos I posted this week, I'm really excited about the Twin Peaks Blu-ray set coming out. So what the plan is is myself and some of the gang from Geeky.com who's never seen Twin Peaks are actually going to sit down and watch the whole series. And then kind of as a bonus, we're going to watch that episode of Darkwing Duck. So I have a whole bunch of additional material. There's a Saturday Night Live episode that Con McLaughlin was on, so we're going to watch that. And then some other... What the hell was that? And then some other things. And the Darkwing Duck episode is going to be part of it. So I kind of skimmed through it a little bit just to sort of pick up some of the references. But I'm going to sit down and watch it properly when we do our Twin Peaks marathon. So definitely looking forward to that. And that seems to be it for the questions. That was quite an amazing package, Frank. Thank you very much. You've done it again. Your packages never disappoint. They're always epic. Always. And this one was certainly no exception. So thanks again for all the fantastic stuff. I hope I answered your questions well. And yeah. So keep in touch. I'll see you around Facebook, I'm sure. And everybody else watching, check out Frank's YouTube page. You'll find the link in the description. I don't know why, but for some reason YouTube's changed the way their links work, so I can't just show you the link at the bottom because it's big and long and cumbersome. But it's clickable in the description. So just go to the description and you can check out his page there. And he's done a whole bunch of reviews of mostly a lot of the different cartoon sets that he has and some other stuff. Actually, a lot of the ones that he sent me, he's done reviews of as well. So so check those out and see for yourself what Frank thinks about all of them. So pretty cool, very nice guy. Alrighty, that is it from me to you for now. So thanks for watching, and until next time, sayonara.